I came to the cemetery with three main goals. Number one was to be respectful of the landowner's property and her wishes. Number two was to find Captain John Hurst's grave. The last time a picture was taken and uploaded, I believe it was uploaded in 2013 on the Find a Grave website, but the photo itself was taken many years before that. So I'm going to say over 20 years ago was the last time this grave was photographed. And I didn't know what kind of condition the stone would be in or the green placard that marked the grave. It was given by the Daughters of the American Revolution. And I believe with the creek being so close by that it was going to be hard to find this because of the type of stone that could easily be covered over with sediment and debris. And the third goal was to just generally improve the cemetery. Now my perception was that it was probably just a few graves, maybe 4 or 5 headstones and a few rocks serving as markers for some of the poorer deceased individuals that were buried there. But it ended up being quite a bit bigger than I anticipated. And we did find Captain John very quickly, thanks to my daughter Mackenzie. So we made some pretty good progress. Cleaned up a majority of the cemetery that was overgrown with greenbriers and saplings. Lots of vines. Got to hand it to my daughter and her boyfriend. They worked their butts off for a while. This is private property, so definitely get permission before you go on somebody else's property, even if there is a cemetery and you've got family buried there. A lot of Hursts in here. Some of these headstones are in really good shape. Sacred to the memory of John Hurst, Sr., who was born September the 13th, 1763, and departed this life December the 24th, 1840. Eaton, lots of Hursts. A couple of headstones are in really good shape. Some of them are not legible, but at least you can get around to see them. I would like to come back and finish cleaning up. There's a Harbin G. Hurst. Some of the headstones are in really bad shape. It's the cemetery section that we worked on there. We do still have some greenbriers right here on the front edge. And over in this corner, we didn't even get to it. We're just wore out fighting these greenbriers and saplings. It's just a lot of work because you can't use any equipment other than a chainsaw, shears, a rake, stuff like that. There's just so many headstones. And I've read and I was told that some of the smaller stones with just a rock sticking out of the ground is a marker for people who couldn't afford a headstone, or also in similar fashion, some of the some of the African Americans that had either escaped slavery or were free. There's still headstones. You see a couple stones sticking up that aren't even carved. There's one here. Lots of work that could be done. There's a perfect example. We got these little stones sticking up. Those are grave markers. And then we've got headstones like that have fallen over, some like that may have been a headstone at one point and broke. I'm really happy though. We got to make some progress. We found John's grave, and for the first time in my life I've actually seen the grave of a Revolutionary War soldier that is a direct ancestor of mine. The oldest relative buried on American soil that the grave is marked. So keep doing some research, maybe I'll find something else, but I think we're done for the day. Thanks everybody for watching. For any family that's new to the channel, subscribing, maybe just to see this video or whatever, definitely give me a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Not all my content is like this, but it is kind of a hobby of mine to try to improve stuff that used to mean something to a lot of people and still means something to some people.